Our case focuses on JPMorgan's London whale scandal. So what exactly happened? Between 2007 and 2011, traders started to buy bond insurance to protect the bank from risky investments. Bruno Ixel decided to buy a lot of short-term insurance but sell long-term insurance. However, this became very risky, so he warned supervisors, but Ina Drew told traders to continue what they were doing to avoid losses. Tens of billions of dollars were poured into trade. By the end of March, estimated losses were $400 million, and by the end of April, Ina Drew estimated a $500 million loss. In April 2012, media reports surfaced labeling Ixel the London whale due to the large size of his bets. Jamie Dimon, the head of JPMorgan, blamed errors, sloppiness, and bad judgments for the $2 billion loss that was disclosed. In May of that year, the bank replaced 3 top traders, including Ina Drew, one of the top women on Wall Street. This was followed by the FBI opening an inquiry into JPMorgan. In June, Dimon apologized for the errors, but assured lawmakers that the bank was likely to try to recover compensation. He was then questioned in a hearing of the House of Financial Services Committee. On July 13th, a new inquiry began as the bank said losses could surpass $7 billion, so regulators looked at whether employees intended to defraud investors. This led to JPMorgan reshuffling its management ranks and uniting some of its business operations. By October 2012, total losses had amounted to $6.25 billion. In January 2013, the board of JPMorgan cut Dimon's pay in half as a result of the trading loss, and the bank released an internal report dissecting the bad bet and management failures.
Following on from this, in March 2013, a series of instant messaging conversations were found showing Ixel, Martin Artaho, and Grout trying to cover up losses by deciding figures to display on their financial statements. This led to the indictment of the former JPMorgan traders Martin Artaho and Grout in August 2013, resulting in civil fraud charges being filed against them. Settlement talks were also being carried out at this point between JPMorgan, the SEC, Department of Justice, and FCA. In the following month, JPMorgan were fined $220 billion by the FCA for failings related to the Chief Investment Office. Until July 2014, the FCA had been investigating Grout. However, they terminated this inquiry as Grout is a French international and was no longer working or living in the UK. Fast forward to March 2015, Grout had, rather unusually, requested for the FCA to reopen his investigation. His attempt to have his name cleared, however, was rejected. In December 2015, settlement talks were finalised and JPMorgan agreed to pay $150 million to a group of investors who were misled by the financial statements. In February of this year, Achilles Macros, Ixel's boss, was fined £792,000 by the FCA for failing to inform them about his concerns. Grout testified to the tribunal in July of this year, stating that he was unfairly identified in the case, where he should have been anonymised, and the tribunal ruled in favour of this case. Grout and Martin Artaho have now been deposed and are ready for trials, which are now taking place for the remainder of this year.